Hello, beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight is. Woo! So anyway, I love you so much, and I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight is. What a beautiful day. And yeah, so what a beautiful day. Don't mind that background sounds, that nobody's getting shot out here. It does sound like a machine gun because there is a boy out here with a machine gun. Starlight, what are you doing? Are you safe? It's a toy machine gun. So anyway, I love you so much, and thank you for all of you who have been here from the beginning. Maybe you joined, from the beginning, in the middle, or recently. Maybe I even met you. Thank you for all of you who have been here, loving and supporting Starlight, who watch my videos, who give me a thumbs up, who even subscribe to my YouTube channel, or leave a message down below, or even share my videos. Thank you. And if anybody would love to send any love donations, you can through my Cash App, and I will have that information here. Ping, there it is. And before I start this new topic today, hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and you can find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, you could give my videos a thumbs up, and you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, don't forget the notification bell, and you can leave me a message down below, beep, 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 and you can share my videos with your family or friends. Plus, don't forget my playlist, and you can also find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. Now the new topic for today is it's about, are you waiting the last minute? Are you one of those people that are waiting the last minute, And I see this all the time. I say all the time. I do. I see it a lot. Maybe not all the time, because I'm like, when I go on the thruway, I see it. That's normally where I see this. But it happens a lot where people are waiting the last minute. They're just putting things off, procrastinating. And I'll tell you, it's really important, no matter what's going on outside, is you really want to, do things now, not to procrastinate. And this is all different kind of things that I see out, with people where they wait the last minute, is if you want anything in life, you got to go get it, Like there's I am affirmations that you can do, like I am not waiting for things to happen, I'm making things happen. And a lot of these people that might be the ones, they could have different kind of backgrounds, and I've known people, they're the people that sleep in, they get out of bed. Starlight is like, once I'm awake, I am out of my car. When I'm awake and I'm like, oh yeah, it's a new day, I'm getting dressed and I'm getting out of my car and I'm getting my day going, But there's people out there, they wake up and they lay in bed. Yeah, so there's lots of people that when they wake up, they just lay around, And it gets worse. You wait until see what Saturday morning looks like and Sunday morning looks like, And each time it's later and later, as the days go by. Like, oh, it's Sunday, And there's all that time and space that's wasted. They can't, you can't go back and get that time. It's already gone. I'll tell you what, we all can get frustrated. One of the things that frustrates me right now the most is my time being wasted. That's why you need to be wise on the kind of people that you spend time with, and what are you doing with your time in a day, So it is really important. My time, it's easy for me to hand money to people because it's, here you go. But my time, means more to me than the money that I give to people. So, are you waiting the last minute? And sometimes this actually can, you know what? There's levels to this shit about waiting the last minute or procrastinating, where people can get hurt because there's people out there, they're waiting the last minute. What? People can get hurt? Yeah, people can get hurt. No kidding. I know you see this. Is when you're driving on the thruway. Starlight don't screw around when it comes to going on this thruway. Number one, I pray before I get, when I'm in my car, when I get behind the steering wheel before I drive, I'm praying to Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael to put a shield of protection around me and other people. The thruway is serious business. But you know what I see, and I saw it on my way here many times as I'm actually just getting here. There's the sign that says merging, you're supposed to merge in with that other lane because that road is no longer going to be there, and it's going to be cut off. And I understand there's times that happens if you don't know your way and you're not used to driving and you're not used to seeing a merge sign. But you know what I see many, many, many times, and I saw it today, it was really risky. When were they merging? They were merging right at the end. At the end. At the very end. I mean, it's ready to just join into the lane next to it. Would be onto the left lane, next to the right lane that's merging into the one lane. But they're merging like, oh yeah, I'm just going to wait. That's really risky. Because those people don't care about your safety. They don't care about their own safety. Why would they care about your safety? They don't even care about their own safety. And speaking of that, that's where self-love comes from. That means that person lacks self-love. They don't love themselves. They might think they love themselves, but putting things off, waiting the last minute, now you're missing out on opportunities that God has for you. Like going for that place that you want to buy, or move to, I'll just wait around. I'll tell you what, if I had to go and look for a job, a 9-to-5 job, which that's not what I'm here for, God's got me, I'm already serving God, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, is that, I'll tell you what, if I needed a 9-to-5 job, or go get a job, I don't screw around. I'm a serious ass lady here when it comes to, hey, if I needed that job, I'm going to be out there, not screwing around. I'm going to be out there, and I'm going to, work my butt off, hurry, find jobs, call them up, do my homework, do whatever I need to do, make sure I have everything all lined up, send that stuff out, if I got to do this, I got to do that, you don't want to put things off, because now you're missing out on, opportunities. God has a job, perfect job for you, but now you're going to put it off, I'm not going to do it today. And that day that you say that you're not going to do it, you weren't even doing anything that day. What is it? They got this saying, don't put off today don't put off tomorrow what you could do today. So if you could do it today, do it today. Do it now. Now is the time. Tomorrow's too late. Guess what? God gave somebody else that job that would have been for you. There's many people, what they do is they procrastinate. They do things at they're the ones that are always showing up late. Always showing up late. I have family members, you know what? They never show up on time. Never. Any party, they wouldn't even probably show up on time to their own birthday party. Hey, I'm just going to make everybody else wait for me. I don't get that. I'm a girl that, man, if there's something, and there's times that we do have things that, we could be running late. You might have to work, you might have things that you got to do, and you got to, there's, to me, Starlight was so serious about when she had a job. I wouldn't like get out of work just to go to a party, you know. Like if I already knew that party, I wouldn't do that. That was not Starlight style. But there are times, like even traffic and stuff like that. You don't want to be rushing, in the driving to get somewhere. Take your time. I don't want you to rush. But are you putting things off at the last minute where, you have a habit of showing up late all the time? I've actually said there's a couple of family members that I do know, they always showed up late. We were always, every single time we got to get together, it's like guaranteed, they're the ones that's going to be running late. Every single time. Sometimes some of our family members showed up at the time. By the time they showed up, we were all packing up and getting ready to leave. So you don't want to be one of those people is, wait in the last minute. And just like I said about even driving on the thruway, wait in the last minute. And what I saw today, I mean, like, I was in the lane that I needed to be in, knowing that lane was going to merge. So a person comes behind me, which it was 2 lanes at the time, and it's going to be merging ahead of me somewhere. And that person that person could have got right behind me, or could have gotten right in front of me, but no, they didn't do that. No, they're going to wait, and I'm not even kidding. When I say the end of the merge, that is exactly where that person went, is right at the end. There was 2 cars. Ooh, man, that bit me. There was 2 cars that were there, one right in front of another, and that car merged right in front of them, right at the end of the merging. Not only did that, is to, then they got in front of those 2 cars that was in that lane. Sometimes there's ants out here, yeah. Something bit me out here. Whoopsie. So, even after they cut in front of those 2 cars right at the end of where they couldn't merge in anymore, because that was the end. Then they didn't stay in that lane. They ended up, cutting into another lane. Just too close for comfort here. I'm just so amazed what I see on the thruway with people driving. It's like, there's families out there. There's people that are new on the thruway that don't know what the heck they are doing because they're new. I've been there. We all been there. Haven't we been there? But these people, they don't care about their own safety, and they don't care about, they don't care about anybody else's safety when they do this, wait in the last minute to merge on the road, So, I don't know what kind of, sorry, I got like ants out here, man. I'll tell you, it don't take much to kill one of them accidentally. Woo! So, if you really want your desires in life, I tell you what, you want that job, you gotta get out there. You gotta know what kind of job do you want. Where do your homework. Think about all the stuff, the things. Make a list. And it's good to do that. Have a checklist. That way, when you go and you're online looking up for a job, go down that checklist. Like, is it where you want to be for the job? All these different things. Make sure you get what you want. Don't settle for anything less. And that goes with relationships. I've noticed a lot of areas, with me just traveling around, and there's people out there, if they find out that, like I tell people, hey, yeah, I'm new in this area, a lot of people assume that I'm moving into the area, that I'm gonna, I'm here living in an area, but I'm just passing through. So a lot of times I'll get men that will oh, you're new to the area, so, with there's people that when they find out somebody's new in the area, if they're going to move in that area, they're quick. They, you know, they don't play around. They want to be the first guy to get to know that girl. Now, girls are more than likely not that way, but on this journey, that's what I've been noticing. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to be here. I'm only going to be here. I'm here and gone, you know. So you gotta, no matter what it is that you desire in life, now is the time. You know, you can't put this stuff off, you know, because the ones that put things off, guess what? They're going to have all these excuses. They're going to go out and tell their family and their friends, you know, because their friends say, hey, did you find a job? And then they're going to have a list of all these excuses why they don't have a job yet. It's good to be picky. So, you know, being picky is not a bad thing when it comes to getting a job. So you got to listen to yourself, but you don't want to wait the last minute in life, you know, and that's what, there's even things about in the Bible, people, you know, getting saved at the skin of their teeth. You don't want to be one of those people getting saved at the skin of your teeth, you know, it's a inner, you know, you got to jump in or get out. You got to make up your mind. You can't like, you know, there's times that you're only gonna, you know, like when you go for an interview, you know, be wise. Don't have them run the whole show just because they got a job for you. Let them know that, you know, when you did the interview, is let them know, hey, you know what, don't be in such a rush. Say, I gotta think about this, you know. Don't let them think that you're so desperate for that job, because that you don't want them to see that part, even if you are really desperate. Sorry, I'm getting like, there's something out here biting me. But so yeah, you gotta be wise, but don't put things off. Don't procrastinate, because procrastinate is when you're going to lose out on opportunities, or even you know, that girl or that guy that you desire to be with. You know, if you know, I was actually asked this a long time ago. It's like, hey, if you want me, you got to reach out to me. I'll tell you what, Starlight didn't wait around. Starlight's like, what? You talking to me? Boom, Starlight's like, you gotta be like that. You can't, you know, because guess what? There's other people that can take that job. There's other people, you know, like with that house, you know, you don't want to rush into some things, you know, you want to go there, check the house out, make sure you do your homework when it comes to, like, you know, whether you're going to buy a house or rent a place. Make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. Ask questions. Have questions. I had to do this when I was single, when I was looking for places to live. I had a checklist. Okay, does it have shower? A bathtub would be the first thing I'm looking for. You know, do I want to park on a street? Absolutely not. After doing that once, I don't want to be parking on those streets. You got to get what you want. Don't settle for anything less. Don't wait the last minute, you know, because that's what a lot of people do, is that they wait the last minute, they don't get what they wanted, and then they're going around and getting people to feel bad for them because, you know what, they didn't get the job. Why didn't they get the job? They had, you know, they let somebody else get it. They didn't jump to it, you know, they didn't go out and get it, you know. By the time they, you know, when you see something that pops up for a job, bam, you gotta get that. You know, you can't screw around, because guess what? There's other people. They're all, you know, it's kind of like fishing. Starlight used to fish a long time ago when I used to eat fish. But it's like fishing, you know. When you got the bait, those fish, you can't see them all the time, depending on how the water is. And if you got what they like, those fish, they're not going to share with anybody. No, they're going to jump and grab that, you know, because that's their dinner. And that's the kind of mindset you got to have, is like, hey, I want that job. And you got to step up to the plate. You want to, if they say call, call. If they say email, email. You know, Be available. Don't, because you're going to miss out. Don't think, I got all the time. No, there's other people. They're on the same website that you're on, and they're all trying to get the same job you're trying to get, so you've got to be quick. Even like things that are for sale out there, or, Starlight used to do curb shopping. I never called it that, but street shopping, when people put out their stuff, on the side of the road for the garbage, You know what I learned? If I didn't pick up that beautiful furniture or whatever it was on the side of the road, I could, you know what? I'll just drive by. I could go drive down the street, turn around, and come back, and it could be gone. Not kidding. There's many times when I would do garbage street shopping or whatever, I'll tell you what, we got a lot of goodies. Had a whole basement sale on this stuff, and really expensive stuff. And like, wow, they threw this out on the side of the road. Shit, we furnished our whole entire house. We moved somewhere, we didn't even have any furniture. We didn't know where we were gonna get it. But we had a pickup truck and 2 teenagers. Starlight went out like a full-time job being a stay-at-home mom. Hey, 10 o'clock, kids, we got a job to go out and do. And I'll tell you, we were serious about this. Spend, from 10 o'clock till 2 in the morning, And we got a lot of freaking goodies, The kids loved it. They had so much fun doing that. But, and that's why you've got to be right out there. You can't wait because somebody out there is looking for the same stuff, I'm trying to think. There was one time going out street shopping, there was a pool table on its side of the road. I lost the pool table, because we didn't have a pickup truck. I can't just, I couldn't believe it, a pool table, all the balls and everything, So you gotta be quick with relationships, get to know the people, don't jump right in, but you gotta be quick. There's other women out there looking for a man like that. There's other guys out there waiting for a woman like that, It's good to get to know them. You don't want to rush into, getting intimate with them right away, you know what I'm saying? But you don't want to be putting things off, and you got to make sure. Ooh, I'm so sorry, I got cancer really bad out here. But so don't procrastinate. Is that you got to get right out there, do the stuff that you need. Make sure you got all your stuff. You can't slack. You're gonna miss out on any possibility of anything happening in your life. That apartment, gone. That house that you wanted to buy, gone. Somebody else, you can't put it off. And there's people that do this even, I understand some people, they have a certain, they can't, anything out there, even if they're selling something out there online or at a yard sale, man, you gotta be right out there and get it. You want it? How bad do you want it? You gotta call up the place, say, as soon as you can go and check it out, go there and get, if you want to buy that, from that person that's got an ad on the, in the paper, you better call up and find out, hey, I can come, like in the next 10 minutes, it's going to take me, I can actually leave my house in 10 minutes, I'll be right there, because some of those people, they're smart. First come, first serve, we ain't holding this, some people will not hold things at a sale, it's like whoever comes here first, I'm not holding it, because I've done that before. Oh, I'm holding this for somebody, they never show up. Waste of time, waste of energy and all that. It's best to really, if you're going to sell something, say, hey, whoever shows up first, they're getting it. I'm not holding it. You're that serious, then you'll come and get it, really. So anyway, I gotta go because I have bugs. I don't know where the heck they're coming from, but they are hungry. So anyway, I love you so much. This is Starlight. Namaste. This is Starlight, Love, Light, and thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, plus give me a thumbs up, and you can leave me a message down below, beep, beep, beep. Plus, You could share my videos with your family or friends, and don't forget the notification bell, and check out my playlists. And you can also find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. Thank you for watching. This is Starlight. Namaste. This is Starlight. Love, light, and peace.